Alright, what is going on, everybody? We are back with another Helldivers 2 video, and as you can see from the thumbnail and the video title, as you clicked, we are doing the best new updated Helldivers 2 settings, right? Alright, so starting off at Remember Aim Mode on your gameplay tab, we got an optional one here, off, per weapon, or global. This is completely up to you. I'm going to very quickly explain this real quick. It's going to basically make it so every gun is defaulted at third person mode. Per weapon is going to make it so each weapon, depending on the last mode you switched it on, so either third person or first person, it'll leave it that way. And then global will make it so the entire ecosystem of guns you pick up is going to be that one default, which is the last way you picked up a gun. So if you picked it up at third person shooter, it'll keep every gun at third person shooter. If you left it last at first person, it'll leave every gun at first person, right? I keep this off because honestly I just want to do it in the moment, switch off and on. I'm a very comp player, you know what I'm saying? I could adapt very quickly, so for me it doesn't really matter, but it is up to you. The next one we got here in the visuals tab, now we got motion blur. This is very, very important, right? We're gonna keep the motion blur very low, right? If anything, off. Like I said, I like to keep the immersivity, whatever you call it. I like to keep being immersed, right? So I'm gonna keep it at 25. You can take this completely off if you're very, very detailed and meticulous about your aim and your camera and all this crap about. Basically, if you're a competitive player, like myself. But again, I keep it just a little bit on, just to have that little immersivity. All right. Next up, this could be very optional. Field of view, play around with it. This will basically shrink or upscale your view in total, right? I'm not gonna lie, if you're on PC, this is probably more important, but 55 is fine for now, all right, and then performance versus quality, all right? Performance will basically make it 60 FPS, it'll make it faster, and quality will make it smoother, but 30 FPS. And if you're in 2024 using 30 FPS, brother, get off the game and go get yourself something better to play on, all right? Performance is what you need. But then again, if you really want that cinematic beauty, if that's you, go for it, bro. I'm not gonna stop you. Moving on to the next tab here, which is audio. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I personally do stream and I make videos, so I'm not trying to have my ears blasted off every single time I play. And also, I'm not trying to lose hearing by the time I'm 35, so I'm gonna keep it around like a solid 7, 6, for the most part. You can do whatever you want. If you want to be deaf by the time you're in your 20s, do that, go for it. I don't really care. You do whatever you want, but I'm gonna keep this very very reasonable, all right? Which is not very gamer of me to do, but it's whatever. Moving on to the HUD, right? So HUD is gonna be your heads up display scale. This is basically your loadout, your guns, your crap on your screen, and I'm gonna make this a 1.0. This is typically usually set at 1.2 or 1.25, but I'm not that guy. I don't like to keep that crap zoomed in, so I'm gonna lower to 1. I'm pretty sure 0.75 is the lowest, so do as you will, but I think 1's a good range in between. All right, moving on to the next one, which is accessibility. And you're probably thinking, dude, what are you doing accessibility? That's usually never touched in a game. Now, if you really do not like the reticle color, I got news for you, buddy. You can change it to yellow, green, and red. Now, I'm not sure why in anyone's right mind you would change it to yellow and red. If you were maybe delusional, you would change it to yellow, red. But personally, I like to keep it at white. If there was a cyan color, I would absolutely pick that. But this game kind of hates me somehow, so they decided to not put that in, and instead put green, which is, it's all right. But as a competitive player, I think white's perfectly fine. And then very, very important to actual gameplay and your skill level, look sensitivity and aim sensitivity and scope sensitivity for the most part. So look sensitivity is basically just going to be your camera angle, how you move, and how you feel. The lower it is, the more sluggish it's going to be, and the higher it is, the quicker and snappier you're going to be, all right? Now, me personally, I like to keep it pretty high, which is why I keep it at 5.65. I'm a very good player, as you could probably tell, and I've said 30 times. But 5.65 for me is the perfect middle ground. The aim sensitivity is going to be your actual aiming. Now, I'm not going to lie, it doesn't look that high, but originally I think it's set at 0.5. And 0.75 right now, 0.78 is basically right now what I'm running, especially since I'm still somewhat new. Alright, I'm not going to change it too much. I haven't gone 48 hours in a row playing this game like some no-lifers out there, so I'm still relatively trying to edge it out and slowly go up, all right? So yeah, do with this as you will. It does not matter to me. Do what you want. And scope sensitivity, same thing. It's basically when you scope in first person shooter. All right, and that's basically for the most part going to be the more important components of the updated new settings. All right, even though there's basically no new updated settings, it's basically the same things from launch. Then the last one you're going to want to change is acceleration speed. All right, acceleration speed basically is the lower it is, the more precise X and Y motion you're going to be, and the higher it is, the more 3D circly rotating object you're gonna be. I like to keep this at perfectly zero point 0.5. I lowered it basically. So you do as you will with that. And yeah, that is pretty much it for the settings. I'm not gonna lie. I tried filming this video 6 times already within the last 3 days. So if you could give a like to the video, subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. And I know there's not an exact updated setting, but nah, forget about it. It's clickbait, brother. Anyways, catch me on live Tuesday, Friday, and from 12 to 3 p.m. ish. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace out, soldiers. I'll see you on the field.